Now's the time, Portal Master.
Hey everybody, this is Mike and Connor with SkylanderNotes.com. Connor, we are down to the very last Skylander Trap Team character review that you will be doing for Trap Team. We have 2 characters left. We have Batspin and we have Fling Kong. Alright? Now, all these minis and other characters we're not going to do because they're just minis of older characters. But these 2 are the last new guys for Trap Team. So which one do you want to do?
Batspin.
Batspin. So this is Connor's choice. And the last choice for Connor for Trap Team. So why do you like Batspin, buddy?
I like Batspin, well, just because of her name.
Oh, just because of her name?
Yeah.
She's kind of cool. She's she's very thin. She's mysterious. She's an undead character. She's got those bat wing ears. Very delicate looking character. She looks a little bit like Hex, don't you think?
Yeah, but her
Kind of.
hands don't have skulls.
That's right. She's got no magic skulls for people. She just has a lot of bat stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She could have been like Hex if she froze bats.
that's right. Do you know why Batspin is like a bat?
No.
Well, she's from the underworld, and she got stuck down there when her people, well, she got separated from her family. Okay?
Why?
I don't know. Maybe they were on vacation.
Or maybe they didn't like Batspin kind of a little.
I don't
Maybe
know.
she always made things like not that good in her
No, she just got separated somehow from her family, from her people, and she happened to be near some magical bats, and a group of magical bats came by and they took her under their wing. So they helped Batspin and basically made them one of their own. Okay? So she was raised by bats. And she became to think like a bat, and she learned the magic of the bats, and she basically was just one of the bats. She didn't know any better. She was really young when she was separated. Okay?
Yeah, but how young? Because she looks littler.
Well, she's old now. She spent many years with those bats. Okay? And one day, a bunch of undead trolls came by, and they wanted to steal the bat's magic so they could create an ultimate sonar weapon. All right? Because bats use sonar. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, so they can see at night.
Well, it's using their voice, and they get reflections back, and they hear where they are, and they can see basically through hearing. Okay? Bats do anyway.
Yeah, but trolls are like almost in everything. Why couldn't it
The
be something?
trolls are just bad.
Yeah, why couldn't it be something like Grievous or something?
Good question. Don't know. Maybe when the undead trolls were just, they were the ones that were there. They cared about sonar. All right, well, they went to invade, and Batspin was able to fight them off using her bat powers that she learned from the bats. She basically became one of the bats and fought the trolls.
Yeah.
Okay? And she got rid of the trolls, and she saved her magic bat people.
Yeah, and one of her attacks is to transform into a bat.
That's right. Shh, don't tell everybody now. That was supposed to be a surprise. One of her attacks is to transform into a bat, and now we know why. Because she learned that from the magical bats. She learned all the magic that they had, and she becomes a bat. So she fought off the trolls, and Master Eon, of course, always aware of what's going on in Skylands, heard of this heroic deed and thought she would make a great Skylander. So he allowed Batspin to become a Skylander.
Yep.
Pretty cool, huh? Well, let's get a look at this character up close, okay? She's got this staff that has these 2 bat things on it. Like
I
just
think that
bats.
looks like 3.
3? That's a lot, isn't it? Oh, yeah. From the front, you can see 3 sets of eyes. From the back, you can't really tell. But there's 2 little bats, 1 big bat. So, yep. Those must be some of her bat friends. But you know what? I bet there's significance to the 3 bats, isn't there? Yeah, we'll see that in a little bit. She's got some bat-like ears, little red dress, form-fitting dress. She's got some cufflinks around her hands.
Her hands
And
are blue again.
She doesn't see. Yeah, more blue hands. So maybe who did we just see that had blue hands?
Enigma.
Enigma. I wonder if they're somewhat related, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Although Enigma comes from a nameless place,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't know. Maybe that nameless place was the underworld.
Or maybe it
Maybe
was
that
near.
Mabu didn't open a gate that far away, huh?
Or maybe the underworld was near that place where Enigma lived.
I don't know. Maybe, or maybe she died from that place and went to the underworld, and she has blue hands.
Oh.
You have to watch our Enigma review if you want to see more about Enigma's mysterious origins. But anyway, so that's a look at Batsman. She doesn't really have feet. She's swirling around a tornado. So magically underworld undead. I guess she floats when she moves.
I don't know what's under that, like, tornado.
I don't know. Maybe she doesn't have legs. She is a bat after all. Or she's like a bat, so.
Or maybe some other Skylander company would, like, try to, like, tear open Batspin's, like, tornado
Well,
thing to see
I
what's
mean-
inside.
There's. Who knows what's inside? It's just a character.
Yeah, and maybe you could see through the bottom, because I
The question is,
kinda
in the
can't.
game, does she have legs ever?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I forget. We just move her around, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, buddy. Let's get her in the game.
Yeah.
We'll show you her attacks. She does turn into a bat. That's kind of cool. And she's got 3 bat friends in the game. And we actually, I think, chose the path where those friends come out. So you'll get to see those, and you'll get to see how she works in Trap Team. She's a little bit different than most characters. I rather like some of her qualities. So
Yep.
let's get her in the game. Let's take a look at Batspin, and we'll be right back.
No rest for the wicked.
Alright, Connor and I are back, and Batspin is ready to go on the portal. Alright, buddy, you ready to check out some of her moves?
Mm-hmm.
She's got some really kind of cool and kind of strange and different moves, so let's get into the game. Now, the first thing people are going to notice is that she's got 3 bats flying around her at all times, and those bats will sometimes go out and damage anything they see. We'll talk about those later because those actually are part of her specialized upgrade path. But for now, Connor's going to hit the X button and show us the bat attack. It's a simple attack. It just shoots bats out of her magic wand and at the bad guys. Now let's watch those bats closely, buddy, because I think they stay out there. You got your 3 big bats, but then when you shoot this wand of other bats, see them over there? It killed that thing. See them? There's 2 of them over there. They do more. Just stand back and shoot one of those guys. Shoots him at that guy. Okay, stop. Now watch those bats as they continue to do damage. Now you're kind of protected by your 3 bats too, so that's pretty cool. Right now there's a lot of bat mayhem going on out there, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. We'll get on to that a lot of Batman Landon.
Yeah, look, you got those 3 bats. It can almost be hard for Batspin to take some damage. Go let that hit you. Okay, now go run. Oh, those bats disappeared. Alright, well that was basically her first attack, the bat attack. Now, once Chaos is done talking to us, we'll get into the second attack called a Bat Swarm. Connor's going to hit the B button to summon a maelstrom of bat damage, and this is pretty powerful. I keep thinking that we upgraded it somehow, but I don't see anything specifically telling me that I did. Alright, Chaos, come on. Try to shoot some bats out of the bat house too. Maybe they'll swarm it and get rid of those bat houses.
In order to get rid of the bat cloud.
Keep going. Go to the bat house. Oh, that was pretty easy. Alright, now B button, Connor. Wait. Oh, you're a little too far away. See,
Ooh.
there's a maelstrom attack. It's really good when there's lots of guys around. Those bats go around and they do some damage. Yeah, right at the box. That's going to be a good attack. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it can damage multiple people there. Oh, and you just level up. That's going to help. So, and it looks like your pet bats kind of go away while that's going on, but that's okay.
No, or they just jump into the thing with their
Into the
club.
center? Maybe. Don't worry about taking damage either, because we got an upgrade for that. It's called Healing Bite. So those pet bats that you shot out with the X button, you can do that once in a while. You see them just flying around out there. If you're damaged, go pick one up. Oh.
I'll show you that next way.
Wow, we're going through waves fast here. But anyway, somehow you're supposed to collect pet bats after... Oh, they didn't bite anybody either. After the pet bats bite an enemy and you go collect that bat, you'll regain some hit points from that bat. So part of the key is you just can't throw those bats out like right now and get them because they didn't bite anybody yet. You have to have the blood of their enemies. You know what I mean?
Wave start.
Well, yeah. They need to have the blood. They're kind of like...
Yeah, like vampire, exactly.
Here's an enemy.
So let's see if you can get some of your health back. There, now go collect those bats. They did some damage. You get any there's some +6, +3. It's not a whole lot of hit
Hey,
points
there's
coming
one,
back.
there's one.
They're biting guys right up there. Just walk over them. So you got some +21s. You're going up. If you don't get hit, you know, look at all that plus right there. You're back to full health almost.
I'll just do this piñata down. Oop, I just killed it.
All right, buddy.
Bat
Let me
health.
talk about some more upgrades real quick as you're blowing through these waves. We got brawny bats. Our pet bats will last longer, do more damage, and are more aggressive. So you can see those bats do some pretty good attacking. Look, right now, 16, 16, 16, 16. You went up there and got a whole bunch of hit points. All you did was throw out 2 bats. You can throw out lots of bats when you hit the button over and over again. But they'll still hang around. And you got your pet bats. Also, there's 3 bats flying around you doing stuff too.
Come on, heal me, heal me.
We have an upgrade called a colony of bats. That increases the number of pet bats. Now, I believe they're talking about the bats that you shoot from your wand. They, you know, we got those 3 big pet bats flying around you right now. Those are special. I don't think you ever had any non-special pet bats flying around you. But if you did, then this upgrade increased that number too.
Well, what I was gonna say was that the bats disappear after a wave because when the wave was
Yes.
over, I ran after one. They just like disappeared.
Yep, they are done with. Alright, well, we got one more upgrade to talk about before we get into these specialized paths. So go ahead and start another wave. You're dominating right now, Connor. This is our 3rd attack called Go Batty. Now, once you buy this upgrade, Connor can transform into a bat by pressing the Y button.
And in
There
that
you go.
mode, the X button bites.
There you go, X button's biting. Bite that bat house since you're there. There you go.
And the X button does or B button does a screech attack.
Yes, the B button does a screech. So basically you transform into a bat, that's the upgrade, but the upgrade comes with 2 attacks, the X button and the B button in this form to
Get
do
away.
a bite or a screech. Now, I'm not a big fan of this form because you don't get the healing powers that you got before. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage. It doesn't do any ranged damage. You have to be right in the middle of the fight. It does do good damage when you do it, but you know, you're taking some damage now as a bat form. So I wasn't too big on this attack. And because of that, we didn't choose the upgrade path called Bat Betterment, which improved the bat form abilities.
There you go. I just got rid of it.
Yeah, you totally can do it, and it's totally not a bad attack to use. It just doesn't seem as good as the one that provides some healing power to you. At least that's my opinion. Some people may really dig playing with the bat. So this upgrade path called Bat Betterment will improve those attacks of the bat. One is called Battle Cry, and while in the bat form, your screech attack will do extra damage and power up the pet bats.
So if you like screech, the bats have to turn red.
Yeah, so I guess actually you could throw out some bats with your bat attack. Then you could switch into bat form so your pet bats are out there helping you. Then you can screech on those pet bats. That will power up those pet bats, and you can still heal. So I guess I should take it back. You can still heal and play with in bat form. You just gotta do a little more work, I guess. Another upgrade in that path is called the Ultimate Bat Squad. You'll have more pet bats to fly with you, and have additional powers. I don't know what that means because we didn't choose it, but I guess more pet bats is more healing, so that could be helpful too. And then the last upgrade will allow you to shoot out 3 additional pet bats. So I don't know how that's different from the last one that had more pet bats fly with you, but needless to say, I guess you'll have lots of pet bats flying around when you choose the Bat Betterment upgrade. And you know, like I said, I didn't really like the bat form attack when I used it, but it sounds like it could be a very useful path.
Yep.
Alright, let's get ready to do another wave, buddy. And well, you just keep playing and try not to attack at all, okay? This time I want you just to walk. I know, just walk around the guys and let those 3 pet bats do their job, and see if you can beat some of these waves. You might just have to hang around the box, see how much damage you take, and see how much damage those 3 bats can give. I mean, don't even attack. Just let the pet bats do the work. See what happens. That one's attacking. That one's attacking. You're just standing there, and your pet bats are doing all the work. Well, let's talk about those pet bats, because each one of those 3 pet bats is one of the upgrades in the Pet Purveyor upgrade path. The first pet bat is called Mr. Dizzy. Yeah, you might want to walk around to the front. And let those pet bats do their job on the other side. Oh, now they got some pinatas to deal with. You're doing good. Be vigilant. No, don't shoot them, buddy. Just let your bats do the work. You're not dying. Your box is dying. As long as they're attacking you, not the box, you might be alright. That box is going to open, and that's okay.
Oh, now I gotta use my shoot attack.
You're fine. You're fine.
I know I just killed those pinatas.
Alright, go ahead and use whatever you want now. That was pretty cool. You had Mr. Dizzy, that was the first bat. He stuns and confuses enemies. You have Mr. Blocky, that's the second upgrade. Mr. Blocky will protect you by deflecting projectiles. We couldn't really see that. None of these guys really shoot projectiles. And then we had Mr. Bitey. Mr. Bitey does extra biting damage, so we did see some of that. Now Connor just blew through that guy. Your pet bats gave you back some health. Yeah, that was super easy, buddy. You had nothing to worry about. I'll tell you what, Batspin is definitely one of the more powerful, I think, core Skylanders that we have.
I'm gonna use her in the next game.
You're gonna use her in the next game? Well, we'll see, buddy. We still got one more attack to show everybody, though. Okay?
It's the Soul Gem. Let's just start the wave and get on.
Yep, let's do it. It's called Great Balls of Bats. Now Connor's going to hold the X button down for the Soul Gem ability, and a giant ball of bats is going to appear. Did it? You already do it? There you go. Oh, did you move it around there to aim it? It looks like you lined it up. Oh, that's pretty cool. Now it's doing considerable damage as it goes through everybody, but it is kind of just, it then explodes. Yeah, do it on pinatas. There you go. Hit both pinatas with it. There, wow, that was good.
And it also shoots the free bats out of it after it explodes.
Well, look at all those extra bats you got. Okay, just try to wipe out this entire row that's coming at you. Oh, you went for the one.
Boom.
Oh, you kind of missed like a bowling ball. That was a gutter ball.
What's a gutter ball?
Somewhere in there, buddy.
Okay.
I'll teach you more bowling later. Oh, he did awesome. It's like a big bowling ball she's rolling. Wow. So during all this time, Batspin barely lost any health, and when she did, she got it back from her pet bats. So as long as you're throwing out those pet bats with the X button, I mean, they shoot fast, they go far, and when they hit their target and bite somebody, and then you go collect those bats, you're gonna get healed a little bit. So
I wish there was an attack in the path called Bat Invincible that makes your bats kind of invincible. Any guy that attacks your bats will not take any damage to Batspin.
well, you've got those 3 bats swarming around you, protecting you. I know I've played some levels where I just don't even attack. I just stand there and they do all the work. They don't do a lot of heavy damage, so as long as you don't have the big pinatas there, they will eventually get rid of those guys around you. So
Yep.
it is, at least when you're playing through the actual game, it's very helpful. You don't have to do hardly anything. And I love
look.
characters where I don't have to do much.
Yeah, and look, 2 light things.
Yeah. Well, we don't need those, do we?
Yeah.
That's been a little too strong. She's also level 16 now, but that's because she builds up pretty fast the way those bats help her out. In the beginning, you might not find Bat Spin as powerful or as great, but that's just the way she goes. Once you have her built up a little bit, once you get some of these upgrades, you earn the healing ability, you get more pet bats out there, she will become much more powerful and harder to hit. So she's a great character to... I can't say she will never take damage, so she's not necessarily good for those don't get hit single hit challenges of the arenas. But
Yeah.
otherwise, she's very strong. She won't take much damage for long, it seems like.
Yep, and if you pick the other path, you're not going to have any bats to surround you. Because all those bats I have around me are upgrades included to the path.
That's right. The big bats are upgrades, but if you chose the other path, it sounds like you would get more of the tiny bats out there doing all your attacking for you. It sounds like the number of those bats would go up greatly, which means the number of bites that they do will go up greatly, which means the number of healing that you could get from those bats goes up greatly.
And
So-
if you pick that path, the number of getting protected will go up a little.
Exactly. Now, so she's one character I wish had an alternate version, so we could check out the other path. I mean, we could always reset her and do that, but that's not too fun to have to do that. But all right, buddy. Well, that's gonna do it for Bat Spin. And you know what? That was your last Skylanders Trap Team character review.
That was my last.
That was your last. We still got one more to do.
And that's Thing Kong.
Yeah, that's Lias'
brother's
character. But how's it feel to be through all these characters already?
I'm going to spell that for you. G-O-O-D. Good.
Good job. Well, you did a good job, buddy. I'm proud of you. And it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we can do this again soon. And, I'll let you decide later if you want to do Superchargers reviews or not, or just a couple or whatever. But
I know. We could do car reviews.
hey, we got to see what the game's about before we really determine what we're going to do, don't we?
Uh-huh.
And but I can tell you one thing we will do. Superchargers unboxing.
Yep.
Yep, that's coming up very soon. So, come back, visit our website at SkylanderNuts.com. You can see our Batspin written review where she has a score. You can see how she compares to other characters. Pay attention to our contests. We're starting to give away a lot of things, and this year with Superchargers, we're going to try to give away something every month. Other than that, thanks for joining us for our Trap Team character reviews, and we'll see you again soon.